Meta just made it significantly easier to get more leads and more higher quality leads with this one setting. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that inside your campaign and start seeing the difference today. My team and I run Meta lead generation for local businesses, and the pattern that we've kept seeing is these businesses are running ads that are technically working, right? They're getting leads, but a lot of these leads are time wasters or just people who have absolutely no intent of buying anything. And in most cases, the solution is as simple as running better ads, especially after the Andromeda update. But we saw a lot of campaigns that have one or two of these foundational settings that, if were utilized right, it will solve this problem for good for these local businesses. Right, I'm going to now open up the ads manager, show you exactly how to build it and why it makes such a difference. All right, I have a new fresh ad account. We're going to create a leads campaign. Keep everything the same. I'm not going to go into too much detail with setting up the campaign like CBO campaign or ABO campaign. We're just going to keep everything the default. What we're going to go to is the ad level. But before that, just make sure that the conversion location is instant forms. Now, this should be the option by default. Double check just in case there's anything off here, because Meta always changes around with the layouts. But anyway, Facebook page, pick your business, set up the targeting and everything, and now go to the ad level. If you're at the top, let's first plug in some sort of creative. So scroll down to add creative. Just plug in a picture for now. And now go to the destination section. This is what we need right here, instant form. So we'll create a new form. This is the default that you will get. It's going to be the more volume form. The options that it will give you is just the simple background image. It's optional. There's also, they're both optional. You can just skip to the questions. What's usually suggested here is that you plug in the same offer that you have on the ad, just to kind of have the greeting. Basically, when a lead opens up to submit a form, they would have the visual of, okay, this is what I'm submitting for. But this is basically what you get: the greeting, the headline, description, background image, and then into the questions. In this video, instead, we'll switch from more volume to rich creative. If you go to intro, you're going to see you're going to have more options. So same thing here, you're going to upload an image, headline, description again. Then scroll down a bit, you'll see you have more options: benefits, build your story, so on and so forth. All right, for this build out, I'm going to take the example of a flooring company. We can write in the headline something like, get a free flooring quote this week. What I like to sometimes test as well, you can plug in this headline in the image that you're going to upload. So it's going to be shown in this big space here. And in the headline, you will do part of the description. The description itself could look something like this: we install hardwood, LVT, and engineered flooring across area, calling out the local area as well. Now for the benefits. So here you can do two things that we've seen work really well. Either list the actual services that you have available, because it's going to look like a neat bullet list. I'm going to show you how this looks like right now. So this is how everything looks like so far. In the headline, we have the free quote offer. We have the overview of the business, and in the benefits, we have the actual services listed. Instead of the services, as it says, like benefits of the services, you can list 2 to 3 unique benefits or selling points that you have with your business. So here, you will basically say what will happen after submitting this form. So they're going to go through the form. There's going to be questions to qualify them and see exactly what they need for this project. And then whether you want to call them yourself to schedule the estimate or take them to another page where they can book in the estimate online, that's completely your choice. But this is basically what's going to look like as a simple example. Now for the products page. So you can plug in the products. You also have different options if you want to showcase plans or offers that you have. But for now, I'm just going to go with products. All right, I'm plugged in an example for the kitchen flooring. So kitchen flooring, strong, stylish for every kitchen. And then the benefits you can list: easy to clean, scratch and stain proof, lasts 20+ years, so on and so forth. Now, I think you can start to see when someone clicks on the ad that you've put out and they see all this information before they even go into the questions, whether it's the products, the offers, so on and so forth, it's going to give them and you everything needed before getting into the estimate itself. So next we have social proof. Same thing. You can plug in Google reviews, or if you're listed on Yelp, you can get some of the reviews here, take screenshots and with the name and everything. Now the last thing we have is the incentives. So this is basically giving more detail about the offer, how long it will stay for, and any sort of disclaimers that you want to also mention. This, again, for the prospect and yourself, it's going to be really helpful to list the offer and everything clearly, because for them, it's going to give them a higher incentive to become your buyer. And for you, you're going to save a lot of headache because the expectations are set and all the disclaimers were listed. After you finish with that setup, you can go into the questions, qualifying questions. Now keep in mind, for the contact information, it will be auto-filled by Meta. For the qualifying questions themselves, you can go here and add the question, whether it's a multiple choice, short answer, whatever. For example, it can be, because we listed 3 options for the flooring, you can ask like, which of these options are you actually looking to install? Any other question that you find useful or will help with the sales process, you can plug this in. Don't add too many, because the more friction action, the less likely the lead will go through the whole form and actually submit. You're going to lose people for no reason. You can worry about all these other details when you go through the sales process itself or when you speak with the lead. Now, the form is pretty much ready. You can just publish it. Just set up this real quick. But I have one more tip, especially if you're going to be calling these leads when they submit instead of taking them to a booking page. Keeping this as thanks, we'll be in touch, or you're all set is pretty much a dead end. Instead, if you mention when you're going to be calling them back within the time frame, and if you can even give them the number that you're going to call them from, it will make it so much more likely for them to pick up. Because instead of thinking this is a spam call, if they receive a call from a number that is unknown, they have the option to save that number. This is pretty much what it could look like. So for the headline, anything that would hook them to actually read the description, and then a member of our team will call you within 24 hours to discuss your project. In the meantime, save our number. You plug in the number here. For the additional action, if you want to take them to another website or you want them to chat with you directly through WhatsApp, you can choose any of this. Now everything is actually ready, so you can click on publish. Obviously, I haven't filled in everything, so I'm not going to be able to publish this, but this is pretty much the setup. It's going to take you around 20 minutes if you decide to do this yourself. The businesses who consistently went on Meta have a better system than their competition. Sometimes it's not necessarily just running better ads. When you receive a lead and part of the submission process was the destination, which is the lead form, after they click on the ad, the form is as important as the ad. When we work with local businesses ourselves, this is one of the things that we take a good look at before launching anything. So now you've seen exactly how to build it. If you find this useful, subscribe. I put out videos regularly like this, helping local business owners with getting more out of their Facebook ads. Drop any questions in the comments. If there's anything specific you've seen throughout the video that you want me to go more in detail in, I'll cover that in the next video. And as a local business owner yourself, if you want us to look at your current setup and build a full audit around it, there's a link in the description where you can book a free strategy call. You will be speaking with me directly. So that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one.